Welcome to Keep the Faith Ministry News. The state of Western Australia has legislated to allow police officers or other, quote, authorized officers to restrain individuals and, if deemed necessary, forcibly remove their underwear in order to administer a vaccine. LifeSite News recently became aware of the legislation and is in communication with a number of residents of Western Australia who, until recently, were unaware of the extraordinary powers granted to the government in state law. The so-called, quote, reasonable force includes the powers to apprehend and detain the person to whom the direction applies, the relevant person, and take the relevant person to a place where the person is required to undergo medical observation, medical examination, or medical treatment, or to be vaccinated in accordance with the direction, and to detain the relevant person at the place where he or she is required to undergo medical observation, medical examination, or medical treatment, or to be vaccinated in accordance with the direction, and to restrain the relevant person, to enable a medical observation, medical examination, or medical treatment to be carried out, or to enable the relevant person to be vaccinated, to remove anything, including underwear, that the relevant person is wearing, if the removal of the thing is reasonably necessary to enable a medical examination or medical treatment to be carried out, or, as the cases requires, to enable the person to be vaccinated, and the relevant person is given a reasonable opportunity to remove the thing himself or herself and refuses or fails to do so. On the Western Australia government website showing, quote, original acts as passed for Western Australian legislation, the text is included in the original 2016 Public Health Act. An updated version of the Act as of September 12, 2020 is also available on the government website and includes the same text. An Australian Broadcasting Corporation, ABC, quote, fact check article on the issue was published in June this year when some social media users first became aware of the legislation and raised alarm online. The ABC article states that, quote, these powers are only enforceable under a public health state of emergency, as was declared in Western Australia on the 23rd of March, 2020, in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. Dr. Rocco Locano, senior lecturer at the Curtin Law School in Western Australia, told LifeSite News that, quote, there is no basis for any public health emergency since there has not been any community transmission of the virus in Western Australia since early April. The government should have declared the emergency over months ago, Locano said. But of course, they will not now relinquish these newfound powers. Last month, Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison announced that his government had made an agreement with the British pharmaceutical company AstraZeneca to supply Australians with their coronavirus vaccine for free, providing that the vaccine passes clinical trials. A few weeks after Morrison's statement, worldwide trials for AstraZeneca's coronavirus vaccine, which uses cell lines from an aborted baby, were temporarily stopped after the UK trial participant was taken ill. Shortly after announcing the agreement with AstraZeneca, Morrison first said a coronavirus vaccine will be, quote, as mandatory as you can possibly make it, before quickly walking back the comments somewhat and saying the vaccine, quote, is not going to be compulsory, and that, quote, we can't hold someone down and make them take it. This gives us an idea what it will be like being forced to obey Sunday laws. Quote, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Revelation 13, 15 through 17. This is Keep the Faith Ministry News. Thank you for watching.